What's going on, everybody? This is that spiritual goddess. Today my reading is going to be for Libra, okay? Whether that's your sun, moon, or rising, this one's going to be for you. And we're going to cover today everything that we need to heal from, or what we're going to heal from, or what will take place from now through the end of December. Okay, so we have our healing message here in the very beginning. We have our ascension message in the back, and then we have the kind of magic that Libra is going to flow with from now through the end of December. And then once we cover all of this and we work through that, this is what our path looks like over the course of the next 2-3 months. Okay, and at the very end, I do have 2 advice cards for Libra, and they are messages from Spirit, and we'll save those for the very end, that little bit of razzle dazzle to kind of send you on your way after we cover the most important aspects. So we'll go ahead and we'll dive right into it. So what we need to heal from, or what we're going to heal from now through the end of December, we have soulmate. All right, Libra, so for soulmate, we have a few things with soulmate. One, this is healing from past experiences with people that we thought were our soulmates, okay? And this doesn't have to just be in a romantic sense. This could be best friends, people that you thought were ride or die. It was an unbreakable bond, okay? This is all about healing from those experiences, so that way when you encounter the new experiences, your new soulmates, people that are meant to be on your path as of now, okay, you'll be able to not only open up your heart fully, but you'll be able to accept that unconditional love that is present with a soulmate, okay? The other aspect of this is that your soulmate is not very far from you, okay? And that you're only really going to attract them once you do the work and you've healed, and that you're not allowing those blockages or baggages to kind of roll right into, you know, the next person, or, you know, the next experience. And for those of you that are already with someone, right, and you feel like, you know, the person that you're with isn't your soulmate, and you're like, oh, well, you know, what am I supposed to do now? Again, your soulmate is not far from you, okay? And if you're not feeling fulfilled with the person that you're with now, this person is not your soulmate, okay? But again, the other aspect with it is that you had to be with this person because there was experiences, growth, and evolution that was only going to take place during the experience with this individual. Okay, so moving on to your ascension message, we have spirit messages. Okay, and I love that because you have the hummingbird, and the hummingbird is an extremely positive animal totem. Okay, but the message with the spirit messages is all about right now you do have spirit guiding you. Okay, and there's been so many messages and symbols that are around you that are just waiting to be acknowledged, that you have yet to acknowledge, or you have yet to actually see. So they want you to pay attention to the specific encounters that you have, because these encounters are going to have special meanings behind them that are going to kind of give you the confirmation that you've been looking for, or the answer to what it is that you've been asking. Okay, the other thing, okay, with the spirit messages and the hummingbird in itself, is to let you know that you're also being visited by past loved ones. Okay, so they're also acknowledging and asking you to be observant of the signs that they're sending you, and they're doing so on a daily basis. Okay, so be aware of anytime you find your mind kind of wandering, okay, whether you're reliving, you know, past moments with, you know, people who have passed on, okay, whether that's past experiences, you know, beautiful memories that you may have made with this person, okay, it's all about, they want you to really be able to pay attention and acknowledge these signs, because it's them trying to communicate that they love you and that they are with you, and they're trying to answer you that they are still around. Okay, but the other beautiful side, when you're not looking at it from, what's the word? Let's just say from a different aspect, okay, it's the other meaning behind this card is to pay attention to the limitations that you're putting on yourself, okay? It's almost like you feel like there's only a certain amount of things that you feel like you're capable, or that's within reach. And that's only possible for the simple fact that you're putting those limitations on yourself. Okay, and moving into the kind of magic Libra's working with over the next 2 months, we have Clover. Okay, and Clover is all about releasing your guilt. Okay, and now whether this is tied into the soulmate card or not, okay, because remember, it's all about releasing you know, those past experiences that you've had with other people that you thought were soulmates, and, you know, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. But it's releasing your guilt, okay? It's burdens that you've had on your shoulders for way too long. And it also speaks of you coming to a point of a crossroad. Okay, so you're coming to a crossroad where you're going to have to really look left, look right, and then figure out which way you want to go. Okay, the thing to be mindful with that is that sometimes the first road leads back around to the second. Okay, so moving into roads, let's get on to your path messages. So in October, how's Libra feeling? In October, we've got valiant courage. All right, so valiant courage is all about taking action with passion, okay? And when you're coming from a love sense, a heart sense, okay, it's putting your all into it, really going after what it is that you want, regardless of what anybody else thinks, feels, or says about the situation, okay? It's taking the risk and hoping and praying and having faith that in the end that risk is going to pay off, regardless of, you know, how scary this leap may feel. It's one that you have to take in, that you're being called to take in. And the clarifying card that we have for that is the Nine of Swords. So yeah, you know, the Nine of Swords, you're a little fearful of this, you know, because you're not sure if this is the right move for you to make, because you don't know what happens after this. You know, you make this move, what if, you know, you start running these scenarios? Well, you know, what if it doesn't work out in my favor? Or, you know, what if this backfires? And this is all unfounded fear. I mean, logical, yes, you know, of course, because anything that, you know, you're putting your heart into and it's a risk, of course, you're going to have a little bit of fear there, but it's for you to stop expecting the worst, because when you expect the worst, you create the worst, okay? And then the only person that you have to be mad at is yourself, because you're creating your reality, okay? So don't lose any sleep, okay, over this crossroad or this move that you have to make, okay, because it's going to end up working out in your favor. Moving into November, we have wise leader. So now you take that risk, right? You make that move, and now you are a beacon for others, okay? You're able to really have confidence in the fact that, you know, you did it. You took the risk, you know, you were brave enough, you had courage, and that's what you're going to need to be able to move along this path. Okay, and our clarifier card that we have for that is balance. Okay, perfect. So the balance card is really all about having self-control, okay, patience, and of course within itself balance. But it also speaks of a compromise that will be made that works out on everybody's, you know, to everybody's benefit, right? Moving into December, we have narrow pathway. Okay, so the narrow pathway is all about making sure you tread thoughtfully. Okay, so now you're on this bridge. You're not going to go running across, right? You're going to be extremely mindful, one foot in front of the other, watching every single step that you make. And, you know, really, again, taking your time and moving slow. With that, to clarify further, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, the Ace of Swords is all about remaining objective, okay? So again, being focused, one foot in front of the other, just you have this vision, you have this mission, and you're on it, okay? But it's, again, it's something that will work in your favor as long as you move slowly and you're really observant of, again, one foot in front of the other as you move along this path, okay? But the other thing with the Ace of Swords is that it is overcoming obstacles with the faith that everything works out, okay? So, I mean, this lines up perfectly for the narrow pathway card, and it does end up working out in your favor because you do tread carefully, you do choose the right path, because then in January we have rainbow blessings, okay? So the rainbow blessings is all about when you see a rainbow, you know, in the sky or on a tarot deck or an oracle deck, okay? It's all about knowing that blessings and abundance are on its way, okay? You're hitting that point where all that hard work, that growth, that pain, you know, really going through the notions is going to end up paying off for you in the long run. And then the clarifying card that we have for you is strength. Okay, so yeah, you know, you have these blessings that are going to come pouring in for you in January, right? And the strength is all about your personal power, right? Your assertiveness. It's all about realizing that you're a hell of a lot stronger than you thought, because I mean, you're in January now, so you've already gone through the path, you've already gone through the experiences, and now you've grown. You're that much wiser, that much smarter. And moving into January, you know, you do come to the realization that you have a lot more strength than you've been giving yourself credit for, and that it all does ultimately come down to you and your personal power. You know, like, how strong do you really feel like you are? Are you willing to take risks? Are you willing to make sacrifices? Do you have the faith, you know, that it will all work out in the long run, especially if it's something that you truly want? Okay, moving into our advice cards, I feel like they, you know, spirit in itself really hints into personal power and power within itself. Okay, because the first card we have is seek, and then our second card is soul power. So the writing is small on these cards, so I've just been reading them because it'll get us through a lot faster. So I'll go ahead and I'll read Seek first. And Seek says, the power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with spirit and always will be connected to one another. Beautiful, right? So now we'll move into soul power. Soul power reads, always remember, you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. So I feel like for you, what Spirit is saying is you have to really, again, acknowledge the power that you have. I feel like some of you truly self-sabotage yourself, and you almost knock something before you even give it a chance, because you just start to automatically assume you made the wrong choice, you're in over your head, you're not going to be able to do it, it's going to take too long, you know, you don't have the resources, whatever the case may be. It's like you get in your own way and you block yourself from your blessings, okay? Almost as if you feel like you don't deserve to be happy, or you don't deserve the blessings, but you do, okay? You have some recovery and some healing and some things that you have to work through, but regardless, that's any and everybody. Everybody's going to have their shit that they have to go through, and everybody's going to have their own fair share of hard experiences. Even the people that look like they have it all together don't have it all together, okay? They've gone through the ringer. They've gone through the experiences that have shaped and molded them into the people that they are now. The difference between them and some of the other people is that they take those experiences and then they make something out of them, where others, they just stay stuck with the experiences. It's like they have them in a bowl and it's like, all right, well, you know, what now? What do I do with all these experiences? So, you know, it does show you the mentality and, you know, just the difference that people have when it comes to, you know, their personal power and just how they handle, you know, mistakes, situations, you know, encounters, whatever the case may be for you. And with the soul power, again, it's acknowledging the fact that you do have anything and everything that you need at your disposal. It's not always instantaneous, no, but then again, we do ask for, you know, signs and answers, and then we get them. But here's the thing, sometimes we get so caught up in life in itself that we ask for these things and then we forget that we asked for them. So now we're not paying attention to the messages, you know, and here is spirit, here's your guides, here's your loved ones, all trying to answer you, but you're no longer paying attention because that moment has come and passed. So be mindful, stay committed to what it is and the path that it is that you want and what you feel like you deserve, and ultimately doing what it is that you need to do, treading carefully, one foot in front of the other. You're going to get exactly what it is that you want. You just have to make sure that, you know, you're not putting only 50% in, you're not putting only 80%, 90%. You need to go all in, 100%. What is it that you want? What is it that you feel like you deserve? What have you been asking, you know, spirit or your loved ones for? Messages, signs. Start paying attention. This is one letting you know blatantly in your face. This is a sign. Pay attention from here on out. If you're asking a question, start observing, because they're answering you and you're just not paying attention to it. But these are your messages, Libra. I do hope that they resonate with you. Again, this is a general read, so take what works, leave what doesn't. If nothing works, then this was just not for you, and hopefully the next one will be. And for those that do find some clarification or validation in this reading, I do hope that you take the messages to heart and that you do the work that is needed. But until next time, take care, everybody.